Welcome to the SVG-TV news for Friday, November 7th. I'm KAHLIL with tonight's details. The government housing project is again in the spotlight as homeowners at the Greenhill housing scheme are expressing frustration with the long delay on the delivery of their houses. According to the homeowners, all 27 houses were to be completed by the end of July, but following the December 2013 floods, the Housing and Lands Development Corporation asked for an extra month to complete them, but to date has not been able to deliver. SVG-TV News understands that following a series of meetings with officials from the HLDC on the matter, the majority of homeowners again met with the HLDC yesterday and were not given an exact date as to when their homes will be completed, though it was said that they would be ready before year-end. The homeowners say they are not only frustrated but also cash-strapped as they are now faced with the cost of renting while making their loan interest payments. The homeowners have also expressed concerns with the slow pace of the installation of the proper infrastructure, such as roads, drainage, and utilities within the housing project. While SVG-TV was unable to reach any of the members of the management team of the HLDC, we were able to speak with the Minister of State within the Ministry of Works, Julian Francis, who says that he is fully aware of the frustration and suffering being endured by the homeowners. Francis says following the December floods, the HLDC had been placed under tremendous stress, and while the Housing Corporation has not been able to deliver the 27 houses on time, it has been able to construct 152 new houses for persons who were displaced by the floods. Although Francis wasn't able to say when exactly the structures at Greenhill will be completed, he explains that resources will soon be made available to the HLDC to continue construction at the project site. He also adds that the work program may be intensified over the coming weeks to ensure that the homeowners can occupy their properties as soon as possible. The Environmental Unit in the Ministry of Health has encountered numerous setbacks over the years with fogging machines. According to Senior Health Officer Danville Toney, these issues ultimately halted the systematic approach to fogging operations here. Speaking at a chemical awareness workshop held yesterday, Toney says the training provided the opportunity for the staff at the unit to heighten their awareness and to help them better prepare to address the mechanical problems that develop from time to time.
Since the emergence of the chikungunya disease here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines in late December 2013, the unit has further intensified all aspects of its work. And we know we're talking about source reduction and to some extent the fogging operation. The numerous sensitization and capacity building workshop held by this unit throughout the year is one of the indicators of course of action taken by the entire ministry to improve the numerous services provided to ensure that staff are fully equipped and adequate control and prevention spread of vector-borne diseases.
He added that the Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment, with support from other agencies, has been vigorously working together to ensure that continuous work is being carried out in SVG to control the mosquito population and reduce the risk of persons becoming infected with their associated diseases.
The ministry is urging the corporation of all Vincentians to practice good environmental management to reduce the vector population here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and to safeguard us all from vector-borne diseases such as chikungunya and dengue fever.
The visit of the Catholic delegation follows an official invitation of Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves and is part of a wider regional visit which includes Antigua, Barbados and Dominica. To mark this first official visit to the country and in line with international practices, a presentation of honors ceremony will take place this evening at the official residence of the Prime Minister. During the ceremony, high institutional awards will be granted to the Governor General, Sir Frederick Ballantyne, Prime Minister Gonsalves, Deputy Prime Minister Gerlin McGill, and Bishop of Kingstown, the Most Reverend Jason Gordon. Police say a post-mortem examination performed on the body of a British woman who died here earlier this week revealed the cause of death to be asphyxia due to drowning. Jane Elizabeth Brazenor, 67, and her husband Paul arrived in the state on October 29th. They were vacationing on Palm Island in the Grenadines and on Sunday, November 2nd, went snorkeling in the waters off the Tobago Keys. In a media release, the police reported that it was during this time that Brazenor observed his wife was motionless in the water. The district medical officer who examined the body of Mrs. Brazenor pronounced her dead. Her body was then transported to the mainland for a post-mortem examination. Students and other young persons warned that having a police record may hinder their progress. We hear more on this and other local stories when the SVG-TV news continues. Continuing on the local scene, Assistant Superintendent of Police Jonathan Nichols is warning students and other young persons here that having a police record may hinder their progress and limits their career choices. Speaking at a career fair hosted by the J.P. Eustace Memorial Secondary School yesterday, ASP Nichols said most businesses and schools frown upon individuals who possess such records.
You can go to the college and come out top student, you can be valedictorian at your graduation. If you have a criminal record, it is going to cause you problems. You will not, for that matter, you will get into university with a criminal record. And then if you think that you don't want to go to university and you want to go to one of the big companies here, you're not going to get in there because they're going to ask for a criminal record. Once you have that record, it's going to cause problems.
He further urged the students to aim high and to be mindful that whatever decisions they make today will affect their future goals.
I just want you to look around here too and look at the persons at your school, the organizations your school has invited to be part of this career fair. It shows you that your principal and the staff, they want big things, they expect big things from you. You notice there's nobody from any store in Kingston? Do you see any representative from a store in Kingston here? Because they don't want you to be no store clerk. And I don't want to discriminate, but I don't want you to go into any store and work for $75 a week or $120 a week. And you should want that for yourself. But if you don't conduct yourself and be disciplined and stay away from crime and violence, that is what will happen to you. You will end up, and let me tell you something, a lot of those store clerks working in the stores around town, some of them have 6, 7, 8 levels. But you have to dream and think big.
Meanwhile, Education Officer Kathleen Jeffers says it is time to implement more of the curriculum in schools to allow students to have a greater involvement in their learning. Speaking at yesterday's career fair, Jeffers said usually teachers would feed students the information necessary for the various subject areas. However, if students go out and do their own research, they will participate more in their own learning process and also develop a few life skills.
In the classroom, we have to create more student-centered classrooms, giving students the opportunity to engage in meaningful learning and be given responsibility for their learning. Very often the teacher is in control and you, the student, just sit and receive information. We are saying that there needs to be a change where the teacher acts as the facilitator and guide and give you, the students, the responsibility in engaging in your learning process.
Jeffers told the students that a lot has been invested in them and a lot is expected, noting that free education is not completely free.
Life is not about a joke. The school is making the effort, and therefore you have to respect that. And you have to see that the government is investing in you. Very often we say education, you have free education. It's not free. Monies have been spent to equip you with teachers, resources, and to collaborate with others in order for you to develop holistically.
Schools across the nation will be receiving several cases of books from a charitable foundation called Hands Across the Sea. The initiative is not just being carried out here, but also in 6 other Caribbean countries. The Dr. J.P. Eustace Memorial is one of the recipients of the donation, which was made to the school yesterday. Speaking at the handing over ceremony, a representative of Hands Across the Sea noted that reading is a skill that is required for any job, and that being able to read is considered a privilege in some countries. She encouraged the students to make the most of the donation.
One of the skills you really need to get a good job is reading. You have to be able to read. And you have a library and you have some really dedicated librarians. And every year they send books to different schools in 6 different islands. Grenada, or I should say territories, Grenada, St. Vincent, St. Vincent and Grenadines, St. Lucia, St. Kitts, Dominica, and Antigua. And your school is receiving 6 cases of books today.
The collaborative efforts of law enforcement agencies here, aimed at engaging youths in a positive manner, will again be highlighted tomorrow in Georgetown. This through a Pan Against Crime concert, which will incorporate the official launch of 2 police youth clubs. It will be hosted by the Pan Against Crime Committee, the RSVG Police Force, and the National Commission on Crime Prevention. The event, which will begin at 4 p.m., will showcase the talent of youths from several police youth clubs, the Mystique Charitable Trust, Georgetown All-Stars and Sandy Bay Steel Orchestras, and the Police Band. Addresses will be delivered by Commissioner of Police Michael Charles, while Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves will deliver the feature address. Georgietha Nanton, coordinator of the Singing with the Stars competition, says that the show will be back for a 5th season. She says that she has a lot in store for this season, which she dubbed the Christmas edition. The show, she says, opens on Sunday, November 9th, this Sunday, at Huffles Ranch.
We are starting on the 9th, coming this Sunday. We will be at the Huffles Ranch, and we are going to have different competition each night leading up to the 21st, where we're going to have the grand finale. Each night we are going to select 6 or 7 persons for our television show, Singing with the Stars, that is usually shown on the television. It will be on SVG-TV every Friday at 8:30, so don't miss it. And we're going to select about, as I said, about 7 or 8 persons, and from those 7 or 8, 2 persons will be selected for the grand finale on the 21st of December.
Nanton used the opportunity to encourage persons to come out to the show, adding that it is an event that everyone will find entertaining, and also thanked her supporters and sponsors.
Okay, so I am encouraging all the karaoke lovers to be at the Huffles Ranch on Sunday night. Come and be a part of Singing with the Stars, our 5th Christmas edition. You know, when it comes to Singing with the Stars, it's all about love, and now it's Christmas time. You get an opportunity to come out and showcase your talent. We'll have different competition. We're going to have the funniest karaoke singer for the night. We're going to have the best entertainer for the night. There's going to be lots of fun, so please don't miss it. All take place at Huffles. You sign up with us, $7 if you want to sing 1 song, and 2 songs for $10, and it's all about Christmas, so we're going to keep it in the Christmas spirit. You can come, you can sing a slow Christmas song, you can sing a parang, just share love, share the love of Christmas the best way you can.